Good afternoon, guys. It's 6 p.m. Today is FOMC day, 3/16, March 16. So let's start. So today was a good day actually, So let's start here, So highly anticipated Fed meeting today at 2 p.m. and quadruple witching also coming Friday. Okay, so get ready for the roller coaster ride. Now at this point, so I'm not going to write a story that hey, this side is in control or that side is in control. Why bother, right? Because it is all going to be that FOMC driven moves and then quadruple witching moves, based on number of participants around the world, how they are going to react, right? Are they going to buy, go long or short? Based on that, price will move, right? And so whatever we think, it's not going to happen. We rather wait for a price to make an action, right? And then we can pick up that direction to trade, based on the levels, of course, right? So that is all it all about levels today, and try to stick with bold levels starting today till Friday, right? So there was a bold later here. Stick with bold areas, bold areas of level, and you're open, and we are open for both sides for trading, rather than guessing or coming up with some kind of bias during this time, which is today and on Friday. Instead, we are open for both sides, keep it simple. These are the levels, are key level for short-term sellers, to hold below and bias to take out. So bias took out this, and today it closed right into this area. Okay, so now you know what is going on. Base levels will tell you, everything. NQ, most likely it may go there tomorrow. This area, this is the last area, not last. There are a couple of more areas above this areas, but at least for this short-term sellers, this is the last area to defend, for the short-term seller. There are mid-term sellers at the top, but let's not go there right now. And then what else? Sellers are still controlling below this, right? Overall still favor sellers compared to buyers in general, but starting today till Friday, you are allowed to trade both ways. Details levels are in Discord, right? Russell is all about these levels. Buyers needs to hold below, sellers buyers needs to hold above, sellers needs to hold below, right? So, and this was the critical area. In Discord, I highlighted this area. Which was actually this area. This two, 35 to 43, and then this are both key levels I gave in Discord for Russell. And pretty much price did a ping pong between those two levels. So this area became the low of the day. Yes, price spoke through during FOMC, little bit below this area, but it held it. That was the whole idea. I said there is a 50-50% chance here. One can go long, one can go short after it breaks below it. So buyers want it, that 50% side want it, and they pretty much put price back into this area. Level to level, pretty straightforward. Dow was also straightforward. You can go through these levels and see how it played out. Gold, I said do not trade today, but if you want to, this is a very good support, right? And if you see, today's low was 92 at the end at 3 p.m. This was the low, and then it bounced back up almost 30 points from here, straight up, and it went into 1923, or so, somewhere around here. Okay, so price is pretty much doing what it's supposed to do. Basically, it's moving between level to levels. Crude, I said this is the range we are talking about, and you can see it. Crude pretty much stayed within this range, right? So this was a lower part of the range. So it tried to poke here multiple times, basically this area, 94.50, 94 and 93.50. It just keep poking it and keep bouncing it, entire day. And you can literally draw a line at this level, this level, this level, this level, this level, and you can see. And there were a couple of intraday level also I gave it, 97.20, 97, all these things. But the crude I traded today, both ways. So, and then, so let's go now. I covered pretty much. So let's go here, right? So I kept it simple today. In the morning, I did not trade it today. literally. So this is 150. Yes. So I did not trade this move at all. Everything before 1:50 p.m. I did not touch it today. None of this move. I kept it simple. I said, what, today going into FOMC, I do not want to trade. Now there were two reasons I decided not to trade, right? Not because I cannot trade, but amount of contracts I have, it is good for me not to trade, because it was conflicting. So I was looking at the move, so overnight gap up, right? First of all, almost 50-60 point gap up, right? And it was gapping up into my key area. 4300 was my key area, one of the key area. So it was opening up right around here, right? So gap up, that means I'm not going to go long, right of the open on FOMC day. The second reason is I do not want to short also on FOMC day, because whenever Powell talks, price goes higher, right? So I do not want to do anything of the open, right? That's the first thing. Then price went higher. Internals were like super bullish right of the open, right? So price went higher. But if you remember in the pre-market notes, I said stick with old areas, right? So let's say if someone, so I decided not to trade at all till FOMC, right? So these are not my trades, okay? Up to before this, let me draw a line. So whatever you see in the left, not my trades, I did not trade it. On the right, yes, they are my trades. So, but if someone wants to trade it, right, I'm going to cover it. These are the possible trades that you can have it, So the first short comes here, bold areas, right? Bold area. So bold resistance, this is a very good resistance. So you short it, right? You take a profit here because this is a bold resistance turn into support idea, right? You can even go long here because it was protected by these two VWAPs and it was a good area, 4300, right? Back to here, and then you are done. Then price sliced through this normal level, went to straight to this bold level, right? It was didn't even quite get there, but this one you can trade it also if you want to, base you have to watch NQ also at the same time, and you can trade it. NQ was into this pink line or even this blue line. So this one, but it's a different arrow because it didn't quite get there, so you missed it, and then you do not want to do anything after 11 o'clock. So you basically avoid this chart. You don't do anything after when this breakdown happens, and if you're watching it, right, then you can take this breakdown trade right here at this bold level again, right? So bold support. So remember, this you are not supposed to trade, and then when it breakdown happens, it's an instant momentum, sorry, I got a phone call. So you can trade here also, instant momentum driven trade, back to this area. So now there was a line, so then I came back at, so I also asked guys not to look at the screen between this time frame, after 1 o'clock, 1 to 1:50. I said do not bother to look the screen, do something else, come back after 1:50 and then take a fresh look, and that way you are better off. Otherwise by looking at this, it will confuse you, all these things, like you are not sure, like okay, so now it's going to go down or it's gonna go higher, neutral, all these things you're gonna think. So I said avoid this 1 hour period, do not watch, come back after 1:50, do a fresh look, and then make up your plan, to trade. So that is what I did. So I came at 1:50 right here, sorry, right at this line, and then I gave them two levels, one in ES, one in NQ, to observe. So 96.25, that's the line I gave them, observe that level in Discord, and then 665 for NQ, those two levels I gave. The moment 2 o'clock, when price right here at 2 o'clock, you can see there is a breakdown, right, and here you can see it. So that is what I took a trade for, and I think a couple of guys also took the trade. Side here, see this 96.25, it broke down, right? So that was the first trade. The moment it pulled back, I got in right here. NQ, same thing. it broke 665, right? Same time with ES, pullback, I got in here, and then here also at this line also again, so here this I took a profit, and then here short profit. So NQ, since it's a wild move, right? So NQ you have to do in and out, because NQ can slice against you for a few points and then again go down, right? So NQ you have to do in and out. That is what we are doing for NQ, especially on FOMC days or days like this when price just stop you out. So rather you take quick profit, use the level to short again, keep profit at the low or maybe here at next level, and then wait, again pop up, you short, so this level 579, 584, I gave it intraday, and then it goes down, pop back up, you short it, right? Up to certain points you can short, then you have to do nothing, because then Powell will start going to talk, and when he talks, market moves, right? And it can move either ways. So but this was the target. So here I said, so I bailed out my 50% contract right at this 78, 79. Rest I held it, and I said also on the way up, if price bounce it, I said most likely probability is it will go towards 42.50, 42.45 at least once during the day, and that is the target that option players are looking at it, So at the same time here NQ also came into 485 blue line, So here you bail out finally, and then you don't do anything until Powell is done talking, So at this point, these are your final exit for the short. This one also I gave a trade that on the way up, look for 78 or 88 here, somewhere around 88 or 78. So 88 also here it worked out, and then 78, I think on the way up here I said 88 to watch, So but anyway, so after this point when this short worked out, right, you take a profit here. So ES I took a profit 100% here, and then I did not do anything, not in NQ. NQ I took this trade. ES I did not take this trade, but in Discord I said 4307, 4300 to watch out. So here you can take a mini trade here, but here also I said about, because now you can see it, price is above this line, right, both yellow lines. Ideally it should have stayed below yellow lines, but now the moment it broke above it, your chances for a shorts are only reactionary, and the moment, and then I gave another line 644, right here when price was here, I said watch 645, 644, and then it never go down below, so at least 644 above buyers are there, that we know at that point. Yes, above 96.25 buyers are there, right? So shorting here no, doesn't make sense, because now it is above this line, right? So only way makes sense is go long, but now you do not want to go long because price already moved so much, right? So you do not want to go with the flow at the top end and then go long, right? Unless the price goes above day's range, which is this high was 858, right? So Globex high, and day's high was this, what was the day's high? Was actually day's high was 870, 860, right? So until price goes above 860 you can't do anything, so here it went above, but it went at what, almost 4 o'clock. So there is no point trading this long here, at the later in the day. Yes, price is going to move, follow through, but you never know, these kind of days are risky. So you preserve your capital, because you already made so much money here. Why bother giving up back, because the outcome is not guaranteed here, right? So ES also same thing, you can't trade these things, until price goes higher about this. But now this 50s, this is a good resistance, right? So price, you have to wait for a price to go above, so which is this 4 o'clock. And do you want to trade after 4? No. So that means this longs, no longs, unless you faded this guy here and then you went long, and then if you're holding it, it's fine. Otherwise price could have gone down from here too, right? So it looks good, but there is no trade here, from this perspective. These are the good trades, and these are enough points. See, I did not took any trade in this morning, right? But then this is a good enough trade, right? If you look from 96 to 50, 46 point, you can't complain. NQ, if you look from here 700 or 665, 485, 200 points almost. So you can't complain. You can't just grab everything in the day possible, right? You rather protect this profit and wait for Friday or tomorrow, and then use that profit to take another trade, on market risk. So that's how the day play out. Now tomorrow I have no clue, but what I know is, based on this move, if buyers are active, or literally if they are strong, then they should hold above this red line, today's final high, you know or NQ should hold above 949 then, right? In that case, let's see, if they are aggressive, they should hold above. Otherwise price will come back down and take this low also, who knows. So we have to wait for tonight, and then Friday whatever the outcome is, that could be the final outcome, and then we can have some story. Till then I have no clue. I will pretend that I have no clue. I have a clue, but I will pretend that I have no clue. I'll be open for both sides. And that be all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.